What's up, Chris?
Brakes up the road, mate. 3 minutes. So, you know, just keep working.
I'll do my best.
Nice little drive up, wasn't it? Well, good morning. So we're up at the Alvina walking track, which is actually normally the home of the West Head Road Race. The NERO coaching guys, specifically Dan and Jesse, are doing a skills session with a lot of their clients. So they're talking about descending, we're talking about like breakaways and bits and pieces like that. This is a big part of what the guys are trying to do. You know, it's all good and well to give guys programs and bits like that, but they really want to try and get into the sort of nuts and bolts of cycling with a lot of their clients. So we're running a lot of these sort of days. I want to really talk about the stuff that, well, they're teaching the guys. So descending, and really interesting, which is something I reckon we're going to play with a little bit later, is breakaways and how to try and form a breakaway. Not that that's why I'm not in Lycra. We've got the car here to help me out. I'll try and chase them along a little bit. But yeah, it should be a really fun day.
Probably say 1,000 different things about what you need to do to descend, but the best thing to do is just to practice. Cover the basics. First one is you have to descend in the drops. If you're not comfortable braking in the drops, which I went through an issue like that, you need to bring the brake levers in. Most of the Shimano and SRAM will have a reach adjustment. So if you find as you're going down that you're really reaching for the brake levers and it's not comfortable, just when you get home, there's usually a little screw you can bring in and it just brings the brake levers in a bit, and that made a massive difference for me. Bending your elbows, getting your center of gravity low, lowering your weight, outside foot going down around the corner. So if you're taking a left hand corner, right foot's down, left leg bent.
And the more you push down the outside leg, the more it's going to push the tyre into the ground, so the more grip you're going to have on the tyre. So I see a lot of people that do put their outside leg down but then don't have any force going through it. You want to push it down, you want to really try and grip the bike through that corner.
Your tyres aren't just going to lose grip and slide off. Like that, to be doing that you have to be going so fast.
Where you look is where you'll go. So if you're too worried about the side of the cliff and you're looking off the side of the cliff, you'll naturally start to go that way. So make sure you're always looking at where you want to exit the corner.
Quick side note, if you're doing a descending skills session with people, that's actually code for a hill repeat session. Because, well, you know, you gotta back up the thing. So I'm just waiting for the guys and get a shot of them coming past. But this is really interesting. So this is one of the there's a kind of dangerous corner here, and it's not dangerous, but it's off Canberra, you know, that kind of thing. And I'll be honest, I don't pay much attention to other people's descending. Too busy trying to work out how to do it myself. The guys were talking about two super basic things, like descending in the drops and that outside foot down. Half the people don't do it. Like, it's not as if it's like two simple things to do to mitigate it. Anyway.
Tips for getting in a breakaway if it's a regular scratch race, and then we'll roll some turns and practice that working in a group so that you know what to do. We'll also run through some tips to save energy during the race, and then when we come back we'll run through some tips for the sprint.
banana bread.
Each banana bread.
So we practice some rolling turns for the handicap race, learning to conserve energy, eating banana bread.
Brilliant. There was a few new things that we learned about managing weight around corners, whereby getting off the saddle allows you to go fast around corners by putting weight down on a certain leg, so that was great, and also allows you to overcome some of those bumps. But yeah, all in all, it was a great session. I really enjoyed it.
Safe ride home, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Goodbye, Jesse.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I'm trying not to scare these poor people who are here listening to me. No, that was really cool. So we probably had like 15, 20 guys here. I think the takeaway there from a lot of those guys was, yeah, it's easy enough to kind of read that stuff. To actually be there and get that experience with those guys on the road. But yeah, I kind of think that worked really well. The car's a mess. Dan baked a brownie. The brownie's been mostly eaten. I may have just put a little bit aside just for someone.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? Let's suppose I do this often in vocational guidance of students. They come to me and say, well, we're getting out of college and we have the faintest idea what we want to do.
I wasn't really sure how to mention this in today's vlog. We lost someone in Sydney this weekend, or last weekend. Absolute tragedy. I don't want to go in the circumstances of it. I don't want to go into the personalities involved. You know, guys, I don't tend to do that. It was an absolute tragedy, and obviously my thoughts of my family go out to the guys that are massively affected by this. Without going into that specific circumstance, so I think today is probably the first day, maybe ever, at least since maybe I started cycling, that I drove out to Akuna Bay on a weekend. There is millions of cyclists out here, and it's cool. I knew that from when I rode out here, but I never experienced that as a driver. And I've had the experience as a rider out here that you get harassed by drivers and they get really annoyed that there are so many cyclists on the road. But I don't think there's anything we can do to change this until the mindset changes, because it's weird, because I'm sitting there behind a group of guys and there was a kid, I think he's probably 11 or 12, he's in flat shoes, he's given it socks to get to the top of this hill. How cool is that?
Great work, guys.
He's going slow, right? He's going pretty slow. But here's a kid out on the weekend, not sitting in front of a PlayStation. He's out riding his bike, getting fit. And there's a car behind me. And I'm not going to go around him because, you know, it wasn't a safe passing. And the car behind me is buzzing, you know, the works, right? We can put all the legislation we want. We can do the meter matters, we can do all that kind of stuff. But until the mentality of seeing a cyclist, seeing someone out on the road, like challenging themselves, trying to get fit, until motorists see us like that, I don't know where we go. And I reckon that's one of the challenges I'm going to make for myself in these videos in the next period of time. This isn't about scaring motorists into not hitting us, like, you know, I'm a father, I'm a son, that kind of stuff. I don't think that's it. I think we need to play into the psychology of the Australian sports-loving public. Here are people out trying to get fit, just like on a cricket field. If we can make people make that link, I reckon we can win some angry motorists. That link's not made. It's not made. We can do that. We can do that because this is an awesome sport. It's a great pastime, but it's a damn awesome sport. We just need motorists to see that.